Welcome to the introductory video to Mr. Dowler's Grade 9 Math in a Nutshell. The purpose of this series of videos is to provide a quick review for students in grade 10 or later of the content that was expected to be delivered in grade 9 math. The provincial requirements for grade 9 math are for a minimum of 100 hours of instruction, or about 4 hours and 32 minutes for each of the 22 curricular outcomes. I do not intend for this particular playlist to be that long. The initial focus is going to be on the shape and space content. As we go through the program of studies that's publicly available from Alberta's websites, we see that there are a few number outcomes here about understanding powers, operations with exponents, understanding rational numbers, including some prerequisite skills that they can make direct reference to, explain and apply the order of operations, including exponents with and without technology, determine the square root of positive rational numbers that are perfect squares, and square roots of positive rational numbers that are non-perfect squares. So those are the 6 number outcomes for patterns and relations. We'll eventually generalize a pattern arising from a problem-solving context using a linear equation and verify by substitution, as well as graph a linear relation, analyze the graph, and interpolate or extrapolate to solve problems. We will model and solve problems using a number of forms of linear equations. We will explain and illustrate strategies to solve single variable linear inequalities with rational coefficients, and demonstrate an understanding of polynomials of degree 2 or lower. We will model, record, and explain the operations of addition and subtraction of polynomial expressions, concretely, pictorially, or symbolically, again, degree 2 and lower, as well as do the same modeling, but with multiplication and division rather than addition and subtraction of degree 2 and lower. Now, the shape and space outcomes are the ones that I intend to begin with. So these will be the first ones on the playlist. Starting with outcome number 1, solve problems and justify the solution strategy using the following circle properties. The perpendicular from the center of a circle to a chord bisects the chord. The measure of the central angle is equal to twice the measure of the inscribed angle subtended by the same arc. The inscribed angles subtended by the same arc are congruent, and a tangent to a circle is perpendicular to the radius at the point of tangency. So each of those 4 points will get a video of its own. We will also determine the surface area of composite 3D objects to solve problems, demonstrate an understanding of similarity of polygons, draw and interpret scale diagrams of 2D shapes, and demonstrate an understanding of line and rotation symmetry. The last outcomes in the course are in the statistics and probability section, including describing the effect of bias, use of language, ethics, cost, time and timing, privacy, cultural sensitivity on the collection of data. You will select and defend the choice of using either a population or a sample of a population to answer a question. You will develop and implement a project plan for the collection, display, and analysis of data in a variety of ways. And finally, demonstrate an understanding of the role of probability in society. So these are the 22 outcomes that you can expect to see covered in this series of videos. This video appears only in the master playlist that will have videos for all 22 outcomes as they are created. There will also be a dedicated playlist to each of these curricular outcomes, and most likely one for each strand. So one statistics and probability playlist, one number playlist, and so forth. So it should be organized however you'd like to come and review the information.